Alright guys, welcome to No Young No Auld with my, just got to say my guest, but you're not really my co-host today.
Feel like
Craig,
a guest over
if you
here.
like a guest, because you
It's
said
been
that
a
as soon as you
while.
walked in. So I'm Jonny and we've got Craig today. Get no guest, we're going to do a wee catch up. Before we start off, I want to give a mention to the Let's Have It sponsor, Graphics by Kels. Does your customised... What? And policy health check. Fuck that is, mate. But aye, go over there. Aye, that's fine. So welcome to today's catch up, mate. You look forward to it?
Well overdue.
Your wee rant. You ready for your rant?
Well,
aye.
I think the rant's built up because I've got on TikTok.
Aye, he's on TikTok now.
Aye.
So you're back on TikTok.
Back
So
TikTok, I'm just seeing all the drama.
aye. So I've got some questions for you, so I'll rattle them through because we're doing a wee short one today. Because if you don't realise it, Let's Have It Productions are now into music. We've always been into music. Obviously, Ear Candy is one of the top podcasts. If you've not listened to that, listen to that. But we're doing live sessions, so this will be a quick one today because we're going to do a live session on the rooftop. So keep your eyes out for that. But so since you're back on TikTok, I'll ask you questions. We're going along.
Aye.
Who's your favourite TikToker now then?
Oh, favourite TikToker. Gigi, aye. Big shout out to Gigi.
Big shout out to Gigi.
I
That's
swear, like, I actually had to say to her, I was like, fuck, putting a lip sync battle with her.
Oh, she's good at it, isn't she?
I'm watching it going, surely she needs to fuck up somewhere. And that's what I said to her, we need to see your bloopers because no way you're getting that first time. But she's adamant that she's fucking gifted.
I know, these women kidding on, they're good at it,
She'll
you know?
date 10 times before she gets it right. But no, I don't know, man. I've not really... See, to be fair, I've not actually seen... I've not actually seen that many people that are fucking positive.
See,
It's pure negative. I don't know if it's maybe what I'm looking for, though.
Craig's going through on negative. Hello, darkness, my old
I'm
friend
looking
on
for the
your-
fucking
on your
drama.
page. No, mine's just a good laugh. My favourite TikToker right now is, I think her name is Miami XX. She's into the old school rave music.
Well, I do see people doing a lot of live stuff with playing music.
No,
and that.
hers in the live. She
Alright,
just dance. Somebody
No,
says,
do you know what? That makes a good point. See the guy doing it, it's making all the fucking hardcore beats with all the kids' tunes.
aye, he's one of the top ones. Aye,
Give
me
I get right into that.
aye, but that's last is... What?
Oh, is he?
Was he?
Aye.
I didn't realise
I thought
that.
he was American.
No, I'm sure he's like Australian or something
Oh,
like
is
that.
he? Aye, no, he's...
Because his brother's in... Aye,
Aye, he's...
Glastonbury?
Aye, well, I need to have a wee look, but he was... I like that stuff kicking about, but no, it's just like, see how obviously everything's kicking... Welsh is going to be like a week from the day this is
A
up
week
Sunday.
from the day, so...
So my opinion is probably fucking ill and void. It's probably something else they're talking about, but just all I'm seeing on the internet is all about the whole Manchester thing.
Aye.
With obviously the police officer. So this is what reason why I want to take a wee bit into it is I've always been slagged for years, been doing the doors and that, going why does it take 5 years on one, right? So that scenario is probably the best evidence I can give. That was like a 3-on-3 scenario, whereas if there was maybe 6 officers there to the 3 or maybe even 9, there's nobody there had been hurt,
Aye.
right? So obviously you've seen the whole kicking thing, but I just like, have you seen the lead up? Have you seen the actual fight?
I seen it this morning, but I
Aye.
didn't actually watch it. It was just one of the ones
it
I
was carnage. See if the officers never had tasers or any form of equipment. Because I think it was two female and 2 male officers, so it was 4. But one of the female officers was knocked out more or less straight away. Like that's where the danger comes.
Aye.
So, the kick and the stamp. It's a wee bit mad, but I'm 100%.
I was going to say, you know my opinion. I generally think the police, to a certain degree, should give a wee smack. I've always said it.
Like,
You know what I'm like in my gangster documentaries, how much I love all that. The gangsters used to have a certain respect for police because they knew they wouldn't get jailed, they get taken in the ban and get a wee kicking and get sent
That's
out.
the way it was.
And everybody had respect, whereas new, that's all gone.
I'm like, even I knew just looking at that first little 10-second clip that there was way much more involved in them, and them just pulling this wee innocent guy for a queue and kicking the shit out of him. So when I seen that video, I thought any other person. Now you remember these police officers are human beings, know what I mean? He's just seen 2 of his colleagues or friends, know what I mean? People he works with
Or partners, as they call them,
getting
the police force.
absolutely the guy was destroying them, know what I mean? So like 100%, know what I mean? Like people might have different opinions, but I don't. It's a good thing about being here is that I don't need to listen to other people's opinions.
we can
You need to
speak
listen to
out
mine.
You speak out our opinions,
Aye.
no yours.
But-
But I've generally said that I feel bad for the police nowadays. So you'd never see what runs up to something. You never
Aye,
do.
no, you never see the
But
full
as soon
story.
as like they go to retaliate, phones are out. oh, we've got to record you. No.
Aye.
Give them a
Aye.
smack. They all deserve it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Like, I watched another video. It was in Glasgow. It was these officers. It's a wee tiny guy, right? But it was steaming. And this guy's recording, going, I can't believe 5 officers on a wee guy. This is police brutality. And all they were doing was just holding him. You know what I mean? And I just commented, going, safest thing for that wee guy. Because if that was a 1-on-1 scenario, like compared to the Manchester thing, it could have been a much more violent affair. You know what I mean? So
let's put it this way: it doesn't matter what size you're. A wee guy can turn around and bite you.
I've had like doing my years. Like it's the wee guys you need to look out for. I remember like we had Manchild on talking about it. Like sometimes you grab these wee guys and they're like
Some
solid,
strength on them.
and you're like, Jesus man, and they've got the cardio, they've got everything tap of you. So
Right.
you need to watch it for them. But no, that was another point. So obviously all this is getting fucking bombarded every day. I'm seeing it constant. And like I said to you before we started this, Nadine speaking about Mark Teaton.
No, nobody's speaking about him. Why?
Because he's a white guy that gets stabbed.
Yes, because he's white.
Military white guy. Corporal Mark Teaton. I think it's in Rochester, I think it was. Just walking back from, I think he's walking back from the barracks home. Gets attacked from behind, stabbed brutally in the ground. Try to get home. Wife came out, try to defend him, still getting stabbed. And there's nothing.
No, that's it.
Why
Nothing.
why is like, nobody cares? Know what I mean?
Nobody cares because the fact he is white and
Aye,
a
that's
soldier.
all, but
That is generally it. So right now you've got, and I will say it here and thing me, you've got everybody protesting Palestine. They don't stay there. Everybody in your world. I was driving here the day, seen Palestine flags everywhere.
Aye.
But you've got a British soldier getting killed in Britain,
Aye.
and it doesn't get spoken about. But we're speaking about Palestine, left, right,
Aye,
and centre.
it's been affairs that
Not
got our
to
own
deal with.
problems.
We've got our own problems in this country,
Aye.
but we don't speak about it. No,
Aye.
we'll speak about everybody else's and keep ours
Aye.
hidden.
And it, and I think mostly this week, probably past 2 weeks now, I'm seeing all this stuff, and then I watched the protest that happened on Saturday with in London. Obviously try to unite the kingdom. And do you know the best thing I seen about it? I kind of looked at it and I seen like the English flag, Scottish flags, Wales, Ireland. I thought that's cracking. But the interview, it wasn't just all just white,
Nope.
like British people. There was like Indian people. There was like Pakistani people. Like people there that were proud
There's
to
British
be here.
people.
People
There's
to be here.
No about colour. It's
Aye,
your British people.
aye,
That's
people
what
that
it
are
was.
proud to be here and respect the values of this country. Because there's somebody that we're all a fan of, JD Vance, said that Britain will be the first country that Muslims will get a hold, or like terrorists will get a hold of nuclear bombs. You know what I mean? So
100%.
because the way this is going, it's just it's like something you'd seen at Resident Evil. You know what I mean? It's getting
if you
mental.
do not agree, if you're right, I will say it right down the now. I'm middle, mainly right wing. I'll admit it. I don't care if people's
Aye,
opinion of me. But if you're not left wing, you're wrong.
Aye,
Doesn't
aye,
matter.
aye.
100% right now.
I mean, it is. Problem it is like the way the politicians and the way the government have you is they want us. See if you're left, me right. They want me and you to not
Aye.
like each other. But so because left people have opinions on stuff as well that I do agree with, and then obviously stuff for the right. So because it's hard not to not agree. Because I was listening to a guy last night. Because like I said before, I don't just look. I don't tunnel vision. I go right. Well, let's see what else is going on.
I do when it's Rangers.
Aye,
Rangers
aye.
are right.
I just fucking fingered. But no, so all that going on now, and then it was quite good. But one day, I could honestly seeing this, and I said, one day, see that protest of like 10, 15, 20,000 people. It's not going to be a protest one day. It's going to be a fucking riot.
Aye.
It's like they're just going to take over.
100%.
Because I seen that crowd. I mean, see if that crowd were there and something sparked them against it. It's not against the people. It's not the people that are coming over here's problem. It's our government letting them in, right? And then they say, what do you do with them? And I'm going, well, see if they're here and they're not being leeches and they're doing something and they're adapting, fine. But see the ones that are being dependent on the system and ones that come over, like, you hear people bringing their mums and dads over because they're in college going, no, you don't need your fucking mum and dad. It's like, and where'd you put them? Put it back to where you come from. So one guy was like, so you can't say, what if they're from Afghanistan? Going, not all of Afghanistan's a fucking war zone.
No.
No, I mean, like, that was the problem. Like, they had an argument on that as LBC, I think it was, and going, we can't send them back to Afghanistan. And I'm going like, well, let's be looking. Why could you know? Looked up Afghanistan and going, it's not all of Afghanistan, it's a riot. I mean, it's
that's what you've problem you've got. People look at these countries and say
just assuming the whole place.
It's like, no, it's not. You remember you have billionaires and trillionaires in these countries.
Aye, so why are they living there?
Why they're living there?
Aye,
like, that's the problem you've got. It's the same as you can go here and you go to govern. It's just as
Oh, just rough, you know what I mean? You say someday I'm moving to... I see that. They probably think they're in Afghanistan.
But that's the problem you've got nowadays. Where do you put them? And as they're saying, well, what should we do with all the boats coming there?
Like I've said, the four walls. We talk about four walls in our house. We need to kind of treat the country as if it's our four walls.
Aye.
Need to look after what we've got. No, I mean, because we're going to lose it, especially the way society's going with the culture now. So it's like trying to think of something positive. Right? I mean, we always talk about try to find use negatives into positives. Going, it's just constant shite, don't it? Know what I mean? With people not affording to live, and then all this crap they know about child caps for tax and stuff. Ooh. So they're going to put more children into poverty.
100%.
Obviously, I think they're backing up on that now because there's a bit of an uproar. This is turning into a pure political thing here. But it's turning into a pure uproar. So that's why they're kind of backing off. But like I've never been too fussed about political stuff, especially here. But now when I'm starting, I think I've opened my eyes a wee bit more because I say everybody deals with their own stuff, and then getting bombarded with things, and especially with issues that I'm having now at home with government stuff. You're like, I'm looking into things more, and I'm going like, this country is a shambles.
Well, let's put it this way. You know what I'm going through. So I get a degree in accountancy. I had a great job. I had to get up because my health went down. So I have never had to apply for benefits. Never really hanged. Having to apply for them now. Do you not have to jump through so many hoopholes? I had to write this form out, do all this, blah, blah, blah. Now, like, they've gave them every consultant I've ever seen, every doctor that I see, Dr. Anderson, straight away, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you a sick note because you're no one of those people leeching. I know exactly what you go through. Still getting a phone call for the job centre. You need to come in, but I've gave you my sick note. I'm waiting on the full thing. You still need to come in. So I'm still having to get in there. And then I get a letter the day there. Oh, you've got your form now. We're going to give you a phone call on Sunday. And I'm like, a certain Sunday. And I'm going, how many loopholes do I need to jump through? And then I'm talking to other people that are going,
I just said fucking.
I just got that, and I'm going. Well, that shows you how bad the government system is. Then it needs already done.
Alcoholics are just sitting there, and junkies are just sitting putting on it, and they're just going like that. Here you go.
Well, me and you figured out, right? So I think it was my pit through the years was £200 a month, and me and you figured out. We're not going to mention any names, but an alcoholic who was getting like 4 or 5 times as much as I was.
Aye, well, he's in about £300 a week plus getting his house paid for, plus lecky allowances.
Aye, and I was £200 a month.
Aye, and you're somebody that's wanting to be healthy.
Something wanting to be like.
I mean,
I've had kidney failure. It's not like I've taken the piss, and this is a problem we've got now.
So, like we were going to say, because we're Andy with rehab. Oh, right. Andy. Well, he's actually got his daughter's birthday there, and they get out for a day, like the day. I know it sounds like he's in a prison, but you get out for a day to see his daughter and that for a birthday, so it was quite good. But I've not heard too much from him lately because obviously I've gone through stuff, but. As far as I'm aware, he's doing well.
But Andy was never a leech on the system. He did
no,
right
he's never claimed.
No, we're not having it, Crookie. We're sick of this in here. Don't you talk about our pal?
Been a big bully there. But no, he is. I've updated him. He's doing well. But I think he's been accepted for another 4 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think so. That's what, because I think he was due out, and I think he was actually due out on Thursday, because we were trying to work out the dates because the bloody months are flying in. So I think he must have been accepted, which is good. I mean, it's good for him. And the only problem I kind of seen about that is like, is he needing the help, or is he hiding from reality? So
that's the thing.
We just need to roll with the punches and see what happens. But like I was going to just say there, like a few people will probably have been watching us. Actually, how many episodes? Maybe 10 or something.
No, I think we're on. I done the. Because we're on all my links.
All my links.
I think this is our 14th episode, but we've missed a good few weeks because obviously.
I know. It's like it's hard to.
Life.
Life gets in the way sometimes, and I just fucking being lazy bastards. But like, we're just assuming people know what your life story is.
Nah.
Because you done labelled disabled prior. It was your first podcast, but maybe even just get a wee quick briefing. So
a quick briefing, because I was going to make a TikTok, but I may as well do it now. I diagnosed in December 24th, Christmas Eve 2008. That's when it was. I went in actually the 23rd, said to my doctor, I'm unwell. Look, that Simpsons character. I was yellow.
Jaundice.
Take his tablets, you'll stop being sick. Wasn't being sick. Went in the next day, Christmas Eve. Get taken up to the RAH. Tube up my willy. Fucking everything hanging out me. The next thing, I'm blue lighted up to the West Infirmary. Within 10 minutes, I'd tube out my neck, I was on a machine. I ended up with recovering kidney failure. I was an hour to a day later to dying because my potassium was so high. So I had to go on dialysis 3 times a week for 4.5 hours. which was a struggle for me.
Aye.
I was tired after it, so I'd cover my dialysis, go home, get to sleep. Quick, 2012, I got a transplant. Best moment of my life, I couldn't say.
Aye. I remember the first one more than I do your second one. Aye.
So the first one, because there's pictures of me, you and JP come up visiting me in hospital.
Aye, that picture's still popping
up. So I'll probably put that on the video at the end of it when I talk about it. I ended up with that. Got a transplant, my life was much better. But through all that, I had one fistula here that failed. This one here failed, but they'd done another one here, which is too big. Which I'll talk about that at the end. So I could get my treatment, because you need 2 thick needles. One comes in, one goes out with all your blood. Because your kidneys are like a washing machine. Whole point cleans your blood, puts it back in you. So that's how you need like a master vein to do it. So that was going great, and I think it was, when did we go to Lanzarote? It was 2013.
Aye, it must have been about
2014, my transplant failed. I was been sick for a few weeks, and I didn't realise, I was a young boy, didn't realise I was bringing up my tablets all the time, anti-rejection, because I'm on some amount of medication. So obviously my bones are weak for obviously being on a machine thing with. So I'm on all this medication to stop the anti-rejection, the transplant. And it failed. I was being sick for weeks and didn't realise it. I went and seen my doctor, said to him, transplant's failing. Turned around and said, no, it's not. Come back to me in a few days if you think it is. So obviously I know myself, my own body, because remember potassium. Potassium, if you eat lifting too many bananas, you end up feeling sick, you can faint, you can have a heart attack. So I could feel my potassium was high, so I went back in a few days, took bloods, failing. So that was me back on dialysis, heartbroken, mentally screwed up. Well, I think I'm alright, but I'm not. I see a therapist and everything about it, because I've suffered from PTSD for it. I think it must have been my transplant, my latest one must have been. So I was on dialysis again for 3 days, 4.5 to 5 years this time, because obviously second time on it longer. And I must have been, trying to remember
I can barely remember your second transplant. That's the first one's in my memory. But
so I'm trying to think. It was 2004. Might have been 2018. Might have been. So it might be 2018. So 2014. No, maybe 2016.
Before Rome was born. So
2016 it must have been then. I got my second transplant, and my life.
It's been 8 years. You know what I mean?
My life has been great since then. I have had. So my first transplant, I had a child, my oldest Cole, which is the kind of nurse's medical way, because obviously when you're going through and everything. And with my second transplant, I bought a house, got married, went on all our stag do's. Had another kid. But from what's happening, my transplant's got to the point now it's starting to decline.
Over time.
So I know that's what happens. My transplant's for a passed away donor, so you don't last as long. So the problem I've got now is they're kind of watching me every 3 months. I go in for checkups. Silly things. If I got unwell, like recently I had the flu, end up with a clot in my lung, really had a heart attack. The silly things kind of get to me now. So any wee common stuff I need to watch out for. So they're watching me now till I get to the stage. But you're getting me teared up here, man. I get to the stage where they're going to say, right, back on dialysis. So we need to think about getting you another fistula, because this one now is far too big. If it blows now, it explodes, I'm on blood thinners, so I will die internally. Don't know how quick it will be, but it could burst and inside.
So you're going in on Monday, aren't you?
Tomorrow morning, I'm getting knocked out for it, because I suffer, as I said, for PTSD. I struggle with noises. It sounds it's weird, because obviously you're talking to soldiers and they're to get the right struggle, but obviously I'm.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, people just assume PTSDs are linked with people that have been in wars and
but
stuff. Obviously, wars would be traumatic, but when you're dealing with a life-threatening thing,
remember I was 18. I'm still technically a child.
So you've dealt with something that really your mind probably hasn't processed for 10 years.
I know.
So when you're just because you were just getting on with life, you know what I mean? So you probably never properly processed it, and then do a wee bit of maturity with kids and a wife and stuff, like this all snowballs. It all just come. Like,
it just comes at floods. That's why
floods into you. So it's dangerous for the brain. You know what I mean?
So my brain right now, I physically start to see a therapist. As I said, it's going through all sorts of now. Try to deal with the money situation. I was an accountant. I was earning good money. I don't want to earn benefits. What you earn in benefits in a month, I was earning near enough a week. It's not something you want to be on, but your health comes first. We've always said that in time.
Well, this is what I was wanting to touch on as well. Obviously, you're going for. We've said this, and we have said this to you loads of times. Going, if you're no right, go to the doctors. You know what I mean? I've said that, like, and what's happened to me over the past month. Not me personally, as in my health, but seeing somebody that should have went to the doctors or
Aye.
went to the hospital, should have been blue lighted, whatever, and then they didn't through stubbornness. You know what I mean? So you can literally be here 1 minute and know the next.
That's it.
So it's why it's super important. Your 3 month checks, getting the help you need, because there's too many people out here, and I'm hearing it all the time. I mean, it's as if you hear one and then you hear a million stories of people just I'll just leave it. I'll go tomorrow. Aye.
When I got the clot in the lung, luckily I got COVID in 2020, but that ended up with a clot in the lung. I nearly had a heart attack then. So luckily this time I went early enough to the fact where they've noticed I had a clot in the lung, and I think it's something like your heart's to be like something like 200 or whatever, something like that. Mine was like 3,000. And you do, men especially, because trust me, I'm one of them. I nearly died because I didn't go to the doctor for long enough when I was 18 because it's too stubborn. Men, go to the doctors if you're struggling. Even with your mental health, I know what it's like, go to the doctors. You might think it's stupid, and you might think, I don't want people think less of me. Who cares what people think of you? Your pals don't think less of you. Your family only. Forget about everybody else, your social media, who cares what they think? So get checked up, man.
Get your... As I'm saying, I'm going to be going in for a... What do you call it? The thing with the heart, the manogram, or I can't remember what it's called. But I'm going to get myself checked up because 34-year-old, you know what I mean? You kind of think you're no near any of that stuff, but I'm like, no chance. You know what I mean? I feel niggles now and again. I feel what's that? You know what I mean? And as I said, I lost somebody there that was super important to me, that he was in that mind frame as well. You know what I mean? Not going to doctors. Fuck the doctors. You know what I mean? If I go there, I'll fucking come out with 50 tablets. But if he took the time and... You know what I mean? Like, everybody's agreed that you could have probably, to get him to go to the hospital, they probably had to drug him and put him in the back of a motor.
Say to them the digger needs to take up there and lift something. That was all.
You'd have to have done that, and people know their own bodies, so, well, you like to think. So, like I've said, like, you need to kind of look after yourself. Because right now, obviously, you know what I mean, everybody's struggling with money, health, just everything. So it's like, anything you can be in control of, fucking do it.
That's it. You need to go and look after yourself. Let's put it this way, you're the only parent you've got for your kids, so you need to make sure you're perfect.
It's super important, you know what I mean? Especially when you see that when there's young children involved.
That's it.
Because they're the ones that miss out. You're right.
No, fuck you. I knew you were going to do this to me. It makes it worse, that fucking tissue box getting the tissues in it.
It's just full of suggestions. It's just wee bits of paper saying stop greeting.
Fucking knob.
But no, it's super important to, like, that's why we're using this place to talk. I mean, because if we went for a coffee now, we probably wouldn't speak about it.
No,
so it's like
too busy trying to design my logo.
I know, when you get a new logo, I want to get stickers made.
I
like just fucking plaster stickers everywhere, just annoy people with them.
Fucking getting brigade in the Union Bears bands. We're having let's have it, and No Young No Auld everywhere.
Fucking stickers everywhere. But that's why I was like excited to get in here. Wee bit of a rant, wee bit of a kind of outlet, because as I say, we spend most of our days just groundhogging it. You know what I mean? Dealing with kids, dealing with life, and you don't get to sit down and have a conversation with people. I mean, we could see if we didn't have this, we would have probably messaged each other saying, right, we need to meet up for a catch up, we need to have a wee chat, blah blah blah, and it would never have happened.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because we get too busy with our lives.
Life, fucking aye.
Because the women take care of our lives, let's be honest.
They're fucking ruining it.
Aye.
But no, it's good for us to have a wee chat and talk about things, because like I've said, like, you need to speak.
Men need to speak. Not just men. I just keep saying that, but because I'm a man and I know what I get through mentally. But everybody needs to speak up, and there's always people out there to help. That's generally true.
Well, I think one good thing I know, like, I've researched from like America health system compared to ours, is that, see, because a lot of their stuff's private, they need to actually do yearly checkups to be able to be covered for insurance. And I'm going, realistically, that's what, like, from all ages, you know what I mean, you should have regular checkups, you know what I mean, because checking your heart, check on like kidneys, all this kind of stuff, because you would have probably been saved. I'd
have been saved if
because your kidneys never failed, they just didn't grow.
It didn't grow, so I used to, when I was growing up, I used to pee the bed, I'd be sick quite a bit, and I'd get injured. It's like silly things like injury, but stupidly prone. And it's all these three things, they put it together. They went, we need to check it, but they never did. And I would have been fine, because as a young boy, I remember, used to play with my nephew Jay, and he was on steroids at a young age, playing football to help his kidneys grow. That would have been the same as me.
Aye, would have gave you so. Might not lasted forever, but it would have gave you
me a longer time, basically,
Aye.
a longer timeline without all that. Instead of doing it 18, but I always say everything happens for a reason.
Aye, no, everything does. No, I mean, there's always life fucking comes round. Know what I mean?
As I said, I am lucky. Well, not lucky. That sounds got to sound weird there. Aye, not even that, mate. There's one thing my family talk about is with me having kidney failure, my mum wanted to give me a transplant.
Aye, you're saying aye.
So with her getting tested, they found out she had a heart problem. If she didn't get tested, she'd have probably had a heart attack and died by now.
Aye, probably like cardiac arrest and sort of stuff. And
so you get what I mean? I believe everything happens for a reason.
That, no, I mean, it snowballs. Like, say you didn't, right? You were a wee bit of a fucking toe rag growing up, so like it could have like. Aye. He's a wee. Oh, see, me and him we used to walk home from school. And it just wee stupid stuff. He tried to trip you up or poke at you. Oh, just it was a pain
I
in the
said
arse.
that you walked to Tesco.
He's a pain in the arse, right? So, but because he looked like a child when he was young, like he was just a wee guy, you get away with it. But I honestly think, I think the kidney failure probably humbled you a bit, or brought you back.
Aye, because you know the people I was hanging about with. I was hanging about with you, but I was hanging about with other people.
Aye, you were hanging about with people, and I think honestly the way your mentality was then, you would have probably been like half of these people that were.
I was probably in jail or selling gear.
Or just fucking being a bit of a waster.
Aye.
Even though you don't even need to be in jail or doing that, just somebody that's not getting any
ambition in
life. No, I mean, you probably wouldn't have had any. Like, maybe I would have had wins with
about 10 different Fiji pops.
just talking about Fiji and impregnating. But it, honestly, like I definitely think you wouldn't have what you have now.
No, 100%. I genuinely. As much as it's a bad thing that's happened to, it's always a good thing. I've always said to you, I look for the positive. So, for instance, when my first transplant failed, my son was just getting born. Which means I get to spend days with him.
Aye. Like
right now, my transplant went Pete Tong, I had to give up my job. I'm seeing my daughter.
Aye.
You've always got to look, everybody out there, I know stuff gets hard, but always try and find
there's always
the positives
going to be something.
in it.
No, I mean, that is definitely.
As Crookie and that says the energy.
Aye.
Take the bad energy and try and turn it into a positive energy.
Aye. So, it definitely needs to, because it's hard for people to accept that. Though it's something bad's happened to them, but there's good things that's came for it.
Aye.
No, I mean, like, I know it sounds mad, but like people passing away. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really bad thing, but it's maybe gave somebody a kick up the arse they need, or it's maybe brought people closer together. Like, there's loads of things. I mean, something so terrible as that.
We'll not get into details, but for instance, you're getting checked now.
Aye.
For what's happened to you.
Aye.
You've become pally with somebody again that you fell out with.
Aye.
That you're good pals with. All because it's everything. I'm not saying it as that's.
Aye.
You know what I'm trying to say?
There's
wee things that do
snowball
you've got to
from
look
things.
From the positives.
It takes a lot for us as humans to kind of take a step back and look at what's going on about you. You kind of just feel like we're on this earth, on this big, massive flying rock for what, hopefully 70, 75 years. So, you know what I mean? It's not a long time when you think of, like, we've got maybe, 30 summers left.
That's it.
Not or fucking shitty summers and 30 winters. I mean, it's like, and they're going like that.
Well, that's it. For instance, I feel like you just had Isla.
Aye.
I feel like I just had Arabella. But
they're two soon.
Arabella's 2 soon. Isla's
two this month. August. So life, and I've said that once you have kids, it's kind of like your life doesn't mean shit, and you need to
kind of they're your kind of go to, like, in a sense. You got to remember they've got to be wiping my ass when we're older.
I know, big time. Right, so I'm going to hit you with, like, you're talking about questions, and it's shocking. Your turn, your tart.
Right, I only asked you one.
Aye.
Less than a tart or rape you in front of the camera, boy.
I know.
I just cut that out then.
No, it was grape.
It was grape. Got to hit him with a grape.
No graping in here. Right, so apart from your kids, right, because that's like a wee bit of a cop out. What part of yourself are you most proud of?
That's a good one, man.
Aye, because like people always go to kids and going, right, well, it's good to be proud of your wins, but that's not about you.
I'm proud of how well I coped with everything I went through.
Aye, you took it on your shoulders.
Aye,
because it's a hard thing for people. Is what I'm saying, like, people could have went to drink and drugs and
that's it.
Aye, and just went like, fuck it, No, I mean there's people that they act that way. So, aye, it's turned you round.
You got a mic in there yet?
I know, man. You're talking more than us.
Get your mic in there, enjoy.
Is that, if you were somebody famous in your past life, who would it be?
In my past life?
Aye, like say like your past life previous, like see if you were to be like somebody famous, and then obviously in your past life, you know what past life is? Like a previous life.
Aye, that's what I'm meaning, but like, so it needs to be in the past, really?
Aye, somebody that's more or less dead.
Aye, try to think.
I don't know if we're old enough to have no people. I don't know. We've got things like Michael Jackson and that. He had a fun wee.
That's actually a really good one as well. Maggie Thatcher. I'm kidding on. I don't actually. I would probably something to be Rangers. David Cooper or something. He's a legend in Rangers. I think that would be.
Aye, he was your past life. Kick a ball about. Right, here's a good gene. If our friendship, right, was a song, what would it be? I should have probably gave you a wee heads up on that one because you could have thought about it.
I know.
Wee tune. What wee tune?
It's got to be a song about gay, man. Because people they think
something
we're
about
gay.
being gay.
People they think we're gay. No,
like
it'd be a brother
clear.
song. It'd be something about brothers.
No,
A song with brothers. Because that's what it is. We're like brothers. We are no friends.
Aye.
A song with brothers. You've no gave us time to think, so.
The brothers, right? Well, that's like a wee brother song, like a wee bro song. Like, like your kids. What's the biggest lesson you want your kids to learn?
Oh.
Well, if I'll give my thing is
You give me yours.
humility.
See, I would say that, but Cole is very like that already. Arabella's got a wee dick. But for instance, me and Cole last night watched TikTok and we're doing funny, try not to laugh.
What were you going to have, like, with Cole, which is going to happen to you probably the next 5-6 years, is he's going to change.
I know.
Right, so he could be the nicest wee guy they know. Says, but if he doesn't learn lessons over the next 5-6 years,
I would say it needs to, for my son and my daughter to learn that life is hard. For everything I've been through, it's no an easy thing to go through. You need to feel the difficulties in life.
Aye,
difficulties make you stronger.
That's what you see with a lot of people. They're just skipping through life and nothing happening to them. And you know, see when something does happen to these people, they're not prepared for it.
Well, that's it.
That's when you get people fucking.
So like, people think, oh, I've got the flu, it's the end of the world, and then something big does happen, they kind of struggle. Whereas I want my kids to know, like Cole, kind of semi knows what I go through. You know,
obviously Bella knows nothing. She's still drilling.
But the point where I've kind of tried to explain stuff to him there, I've tried to explain everybody has got a time.
Aye.
They need to be prepared for it. For instance, he knew about obviously what happened to you.
Aye.
Spoke to him about that and he went, can that happen? I says, he says that's why you need to.
That's why we involved Ron. It was a kind of touch and go. Ron's 7-year-old, so when his papa passed just there, it was a touch and go whether we just take him in the living room, tell him. You know what I mean? Because we've done that before with a couple of people that passed away.
He was younger, so it was.
Aye, so we just told him there, and he's kind of like, maybe he's took it in that moment, but like kids, they just kind of away to go that minute. So we took, I kind of took the decision to bring him up to the hospital to see him just before he went, and it was just to give him a little aspect of life and how it's not like, I know he's only 7-year-old, but that I think you need to learn that as soon as you can.
Because the world isn't all fucking sunshine and flowers. It's really no, because stuff does happen, but you need to turn
I'm actually scared for our Wayne's growing up. And I'm hoping something takes a twist soon.
Well, let's put it this way. I text you the other day, I said to you the other day, we were driving to get your suit, driving by Transmit, and you seen all the wee lassies with her. Generally, seen the lassies full arse and everything, and I'm going, that's how our daughters are getting into this society. Young boys are in a society now where they're screwed completely. Our children are buggered.
It's super dangerous to know.
And as we said, like, it's no good growing up. We grew up rocking. We were the last, I would say, the proper last generation. Crookie as well. You'll say this. Well, there was no phones. You were out playing till the lights came on. But you're not that much older.
I bet he looks hell of a lot older, but.
No, I said.
Aye, no, you're older, but you're the same. You experienced probably the same.
Same as us, that's what I mean.
Probably just different types of chocolate.
Aye, 3 years, so you were the same as us, basically. Aye, that's the same as me, I had to start. Oh, I
Oh,
remember
dear,
that
I
as
don't
well,
know.
but I didn't
I
have
didn't
it.
have an iPhone. I think my first iPhone was like iPhone 8 or something.
Well, I had the. I will.
Mine was the old Motorola. Mine was
Aye.
a blue Motorola.
Mine was the Nokia. What?
What?
Aye.
Aye,
Oh,
aye.
the ones, the Sony Ericssons come out.
Listen, remember the Razor, aye.
Do you remember the Sony Ericssons with speakers? No, I don't remember
Cookie, you want to
adverts.
take a seat? I'm off it.
Just shout in, but so we can hear you, man.
Do you remember the advert for it? And it was a bunny running through the nightclub.
Aye.
No.
I didn't remember
Slashing
that.
people?
Aye, so that's for an old Scottish programme called Looking After Jojo. It was Robert Carlyle with
Right, aye.
about the heroin addiction in the 80s and 90s in Edinburgh.
Jesus.
He runs through a nightclub with an open razor and a bunny outfit and slashes this other drug dealer.
Right, aye, never seen it.
Oh, did
They took a bit.
Seriously, aye?
Wild, man.
Oh my God.
They find that, aye.
We need to actually look that up because me and Craig probably will be doing reaction videos soon.
And I need to try and be a bit more active on the socials.
Social, because we're not that. I don't mind being on camera when I'm talking to you,
Aye.
but I don't like doing TikTok. But I says I'll probably go on it. I'm going to start telling my story to help
Well,
others.
speaking about TikTok, right, I was new to it. And I see loads of people, what are you laughing at? Loads of people constantly putting up all this promotion shite, right, trying to sell their arse.
Oh, here goes.
Right, and I seen something, right, they went, no way, right, so I think it was 60 rolls of toilet paper for $3.99. Right, and it was like $3. So £4. I'm like, no chance. It's £4 for like a pack of 6. So I was like, do you know what? Bing bang bosh. Right, if it doesn't show up, who cares? £4. And when this every guy came out the van with this massive roll of toilet paper, I was like, no way. If I just got, and I've been on it ever since.
Aye.
I've ordered cans of Monster. They've got me hooked,
Addictive, man.
Aye.
Just
'Cause
come to me to Bookers. It's cheaper to get your Monster out of Bookers.
I think it was £12 for 12, so it was £1 a can.
I'm getting,
delivered.
I think, £10 for 12. So, get it up.
Okay, well, hopefully mine's isn't the shite. But that was, aye.
I
So
see you're a TikTok addict now with your shopping.
I was the shop back as well. And problem I'm in the motor trade, so keep getting these wee tool hangs out and that, right? And I'm like, I love it. There's nothing better. I don't know what it is. Like people in the trades, any type of trade don't know that. See when you get fresh tools, see you get like a brand new spanner and you like something. There's
You don't
something
need
about
that.
it.
You get a massive snap on.
I
buddy.
know, but like there's just nothing better than just a fresh set to fucking
To ruin.
and lose off it. Aye,
Because that's generally what happens.
Aye,
You
you
ruin
end up
and lose
losing.
off it.
aye. You got any questions for me?
Aye. So mine's were a bit kind of thing with what you've already touched on. So accept what you've said. So everything that's happened to you recently,
Aye.
what's something that you've got to change about yourself?
Probably being a wee bit more open, like looking at things better. So, as I said, like the problem I've had, like everybody was like, oh, he was like, oh, I heard about Catherine's dad, like, or your father-in-law, and I'm going, it kind of really doesn't depict what relationship we had. Know what I mean?
I would say he was maybe a best pal.
Best
It
pal,
was,
aye, aye.
it was like you worked with him 95 or 93
he was
because you were doing all the school runs and
Aye,
the
aye,
usual.
I was calling Mrs. Barr, know what I mean?
But you worked with him
He's a
every
big
day.
part of my life,
Aye.
and he's somebody that we and him just fucking. And he's somebody like I keep saying to people, going, "Oh, he's there. That person's my type of person," all that kind of stuff, because they kind of don't have to have the same views in life. Know what I mean? But you just click with somebody, have the same part, the same kind of life story, and like I've said to you, like Crookie's one or something like us, and John was here now. Know what I mean? Everybody would click with him
Aye.
because it would be run about people that are his people. And having something like we spoke about, I was actually mad that 'cause on Lou's episode, she lost her dad, and we were talking about mourning. And at that point, I said, luckily, I've not experienced it. But dealing with a grief of somebody that I've had grandparents pass away. I know it's sad to say, like, but they're kind of like it was like expecting. Not I mean, no ill health or that kind of stuff, right? But when somebody passes away for you so suddenly. And it was a good thing for him that it was sudden, because if it was any prolonged suffering, it would have been a nightmare for everybody running about him and all. But having somebody just quickly go away, it's really, really difficult to accept it. No, I mean, I still feel quite numb about it all. Even now, no, I mean, I can't no think about him, no being there. No, I mean, so like when I spoke at his funeral,
That was
which,
hard.
which is one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I'm not shy. I'm not a nervous person. I'm not somebody. I've probably passed. I've never been that. I mean, I could walk out anywhere and do anything. But I've never been so stuck in all my life for words. And the words were sitting in front of me.
Well, that's it. Well, I
Like
said that.
it's like you ever seen that thing in like when a film where like letters turn into graphics? That's literally what happened to me,
It's
man.
like me when I read because I'm dyslexic.
Aye, you're dyslexic. Aye, it just everything disappeared, and you know what, it was really important and something I learned, and like it really shook me at that point when I couldn't speak because I was maybe a couple of bits in. I really struggled, right? And two people, it was just Tom, who was on here, was a humanist at the funeral, and he just gave me a little hand on the shoulder, and it's as if he just gave me like a boost.
Yeah.
It was like, the minute he touched me, I felt it, as if he just emitted, like as if he just powered me up.
Yeah.
And it just gave me an extra bit. And I actually said on it, I was like, no, I'm fine, I can do this, because somebody was saying if they wanted to do it for me. And I've never felt something like that in my life, where I was literally crumbling, and all it took was somebody to put their hand on their shoulder. And it kind of made me, like, I felt like it was in a wee bubble. And the minute he touched my shoulder, as if the bubble popped, and I seen everybody was running about me, and I went, do you know what, I'm not here myself dealing with this.
But that's it. You weren't, because me and Martin were outside, and then we remembered you were doing a speech, and we squeezed in because we weren't there.
Because there was about 200 people there at least.
We at a point, Martin was saying he felt me moving. See, when you're doing it to come up and date for you, you're struggling. And big shout to Catherine, she came up as well. She boosted you. So I would say that was a big thing.
And it's a great thing to have. And I've learnt from that now, just a single. Just being able to give somebody.
Let's go, bro.
Is just.
I've got a theory on it.
Right.
All right, on what I'm talking about.
What you're talking about. I think it's, see, the closer you are to someone in age or generation, and the more closer you are, like emotion and things like that. I think the reason why it's so hard to take is because you're actually accepting your own
Fate.
mortality.
That's it.
It's like, well, it's going to sound bad, but you're programmed already for a very young age because you get taught about it through having pets that people die. And you're going to die, but you're so many generations apart. Though it's hard, you quickly get over it. You quickly get over it, but the closer you are to somebody, the more emotionally attached you are to somebody. It's really you're struggling to accept your own mortality as well. Like, I've lost a part of me.
That was a part of my speech, because, like, me and him were just like that. Like, we're like fucking. Like, people used to say to Catherine, "Oh fuck, he's just like your dad." And I used to get it all the time, because me and him had the same kind of mentality. He was a wee bit fucking moanier, right? We were both stubborn as fuck and liked a bit of patter and wasn't fucking about with stuff. And it was somebody like me and him spoke a lot about this scenario, because like he was never going to live forever, right? And he spoke about it, and he went, right, the XYZ, and I had it in my head, you know what I mean? Like, this will happen one day, you know what I mean? But when it's something so quick, and you're like that, and I'm actually a wee bit frightened, because I'm like, see, since the funeral, I felt a lot of calmness. Probably people have seen that I'm quite tired, looking quite kind of placid compared to my usual energy, right? So, and I'm going, why am I like this? You know what I mean? Why am I just, it was as if I've had like a kind of screensaver.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on screensaver mode. And I'm going, what way am I going to go?
Do you think you're masking?
I think I'm, because of, like, I'm a crack sleeper. I'm one of the annoying people, whereas I go like that. Right, come on, wait, sleep. Fuck you, I'm out.
We've done it on Legoland. I wanted to kill
people
him.
hate it, man. People go, like, you're dirty. Can you do it? And I could sleep, and I could wake up whenever I want and be fine. But like the sleeping side of things is definitely a big factor on my like try to get through days. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like I've got a mask on that. I've said this, like, that's why I've not touched any alcohol since this has happened. You know what I mean? I took one drink at the funeral as like a kind of cheers thing. It says, I'm scared of what way I'm going to go.
Aye.
Whether I'm going to start greeting or I'm going to start fucking...
We spoke about it before.
Aye.
We spoke about it before there. This is the darkness it's going to be with you. You've lost a part of yourself, and that's never going to usually be. We spoke about that.
Yes.
What was it meant to be my last podcast, but I felt like I'd jump on and talk this.
Because it's a struggle. Well, see, Bonnie's, you helped us out to me, and you're struggling a bit, so...
No, it's fucking...
Aye, no, because I've been through it as well. I've lost people in my life. Lost somebody in my life when I was 21-year-old. The equivalent to my brother. And that hurt me harder than my grandparents. Because of...
it's a
you're not
different
programmed. Thing. You're not societally programmed to deal with a young death.
I've not had a death.
Even if your father-in-law is older than you, you're still in your head you're not ready for that to happen.
Aye,
He's went
no.
Because
before
it was
his
so
time.
quick as well.
So quick.
He's went before his time.
Since said, but when he passed, I was talking to him 20 minutes prior on the phone, and he was brand new. What you wanting, son? What's up? And he's always, that's one thing with John. See if you ever phone him, everything all right? Wouldn't it be hi, hello? Everything all right? Aye. It's just fucking XYZ. And went, right, cool, son, no worries. And we'll make I made a wee plan to go pick a motor up. And he's, no worries, son, we'll get it sorted. And I'm just sitting in my living room, the next boom, phone call. It's fucking...
Aye. So in your head, that you've got that he is all right.
Aye.
Because he spoke to you the way he would normally speak to you.
There was no suffering in his voice. There was no pain.
Thing.
Aye. See, I've not had that. I only had my nana pass away, but she had cancer. So I was expecting it. Do you get what I mean? So I wasn't had that.
You're
grieving.
I'm prompted to go.
You're really prompted.
Because I know it was the second time having it, second or third time, and I knew that was the last time. You knew she was the thing. I mean, so I was ready for it.
Only thing that I've been really enjoying which is it flipped for me. Like, so I had a lot. I was scared of a lot of things. See, when it happened, I was scared to do certain things that I would associate with him. Like, we used to play a lot of Irish folk songs in the work, like things like that, and we bits and bobs. And when I went back to the workplace, I was there for about an hour. I went like nope, I can't do this. I'm too tense. This isn't like how I enjoy doing my thing. So the next day, I just kind of ripped the plaster off. And I'm like, do you know what? Boom, on full pelt, fucking this, that.
You've got to.
And I was getting through it, and I'm like, this is like, I'm enjoying it. I was singing along, and I was thinking about him, and I thought, I'm cracking. I want to think. You want to, you know what I mean? You don't want to stop. I did have my wee moment. I mean, when I stopped.
Yeah, I did say to you, but if you weren't working, they'd be slagging you. But that's why they said you're a lazy bastard, getting you.
But I think one thing you have really got to do in these scenarios is ruminate constantly. You've got to ruminate it right out your system.
People are scared to grieve and mourn and cry and stuff like that, and I think it's the best way to kind of keep them alive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it put it as a positive thing, going like, you might have days where you go, oh, fuck, I've no thought about him, or like, anybody out there that's lost somebody, like, you maybe have a wee panic, go, fuck, I've no thought about my dad and my mum, my brother, and like a week and go, well, it's no that it's no showing that you don't love them, it's showing you that you've got your moments in your life that you'll need them, and when you do need them, that's when you think about them.
Yeah,
I mean, you grieve for them again. You grieve for people your entire life until you're on that bed yourself. You know what I mean? You're gonna.
That's one thing I'd say. Grief never goes away.
So big problem.
You just
John
learn
had.
how to live with it.
John, my father-in-law, he went through a lot of pains losing people. He lost his fucking best pal 6 months ago. They both then went on holiday, and Peter sadly never made it off the plane. And seeing somebody that's John's very old school, when they show you nothing, you know what I mean? When they, fuck it, who cares? Like, if I said something about him, who cares? He's dead, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's the way he'd have it. But when that happened, I seen such a big difference in him. You know what I mean? It's not that he was gaying up, but he just looked like somebody, like he's, like, for years, if you ever went to John, go, what you wanting? Like, see you going to the show, what you wanting? And he's like, I want my mammy back. You know what I mean? But I'm not fucking getting that. And I was like, right, well, I can get your own sausage and
aye, but that's his way. That's her coping mechanism.
Aye.
Is that? Do you know what I mean?
And everybody has to find it. You know what I mean? You can't ignore it, and that's what I'm a wee bit scared of now. I'm going, what way am I taking this? You know what I mean? Am I because obviously people are going to see me for the outside in, going like that. Fucking hell, he's struggling. Whereas in my head, I'm going, no, I've got 10 things today, and I've done 10 things. I'm doing well. That, you know what I mean? Like, I'm setting up my day.
Yeah,
but you've got to do that.
Aye. Get through your days.
You've got to.
Aye.
I do. If I'm ruminating or I'm feeling down about certain scenarios in my life or whatever, or grieving over something, I do my shit during the day and I'll cry at night when I'm myself.
Aye.
And I think you've got to let it out, because if you bottle that up, that's when you explode, and that's when it becomes destructive.
Aye, that's what I'm scared of. Not, I mean,
have your private moments. If you need private moments, have them.
That's why I need men's space. That's why I enjoy the fact that I work for myself and I've got my own. I'm somebody who likes to think in their head. I feel it very therapeutic that I can have a moment to talk, and I'm having, like, I can go for hours and hours and hours not talking to anybody, but I'm just constantly in my head going bang back, like talking myself through things. Know what I mean? And one thing, I like nobody out there, like, with regards to grief. Know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be somebody that's passed away to grieve somebody. So I didn't actually know that I've felt this before.
Well, they say grief, it's really loss.
Losing somebody, and I've lost somebody in my life that is still alive. You know what I mean, somebody I can't talk about, that I've lost somebody that I can't have any connection with. Whereas I didn't know that's what I was going through. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
So going through that, I'm like, fuck, I've felt this before, but they're no deed.
Didn't know.
I just felt like I was just a wee bit lost. But like, I've had my moments where I've like no spoke about it. And then
here's the
fucking
thing for you: is there a way to get that back?
No.
'Cause that is the fortunate thing.
Sadly, that's the hardest part about it.
No.
Mate.
No.
It's the hardest part about it. So when that kind of thing happens to you, so people talk about certain things, and I'm going, well, is it hard to accept that somebody's not here? Is it hard to accept that somebody is here, and you still have that grieving process that you'll know have them in your life? And I didn't know that was what I've thought about this for the past couple of weeks, going, fuck, that's what I was going through. Like,
And you
the
just
times that
didn't
I had breaking down and stuff.
Me, you'd break down.
It's mostly him. I'd break down and I had things and going, I was grieving. I mean, I was grieving somebody that was still alive, and it took a lot of me, because there's certain parts of the year where I'm definitely like, I didn't know I was doing it, but certain parts of the year where I'm a monotone. You know what I mean? You don't talk to me, you don't speak to me, and you let me get through these days. And people have asked me, what can I do? And I'm going, you can leave me alone. You can let me have my own thoughts. You let me think. And in that way, I don't know if that was a good or bad thing to have. I definitely feel like it's got a lot easier the past couple of years.
I think if you need to be like that, you need to be like that. And people in your life need to learn to respect that and just
which has been the great thing about it.
You're going to pop back round eventually. You just need your moment, because everybody does need their moments.
And it's... And I'm scared for people out there that are bombarded by people that don't allow that.
See, I know we're going to end it soon.
Aye.
But I was like that, but I had to come out because mine was Christmas, because that's when everyone rang with me.
Aye, that's your
and
point.
that was me, that was my time. I had to be alone, didn't want him near me.
Christmas is like $2,000 a time, that.
And then, but when I had the kids, I had to start celebrating Christmas.
And that's probably helped you.
It has helped me
more.
more. It has helped me more.
It's given you a new lease of life.
It's given me a new lease. I can enjoy Christmas again.
But everybody will find that. And that will happen with you as well. That will come to you, what you've fun, how you've able to get out of that. Everybody will find a thing that brings them out. I've got things in my lifetime, periods of my life where I totally avoid. I'll become very closed off. It's not the best period in my life. And
it's like
I never really talk about it. But I know,
you a wee bit,
like, even just doing this has brought me out that shell, because I've had to work through that period where it was last year. I'd hide a wage on that time period. So you always find a wee something.
That's why I was wanting to do this. Like, so obviously we had a guest last time on, and I'm going, right, well, I'm not wanting to step on it too much, because it's not about us. I mean, it's about a guest, and I'm like, right, we'll have a conversation. And I spent no bit of fucking tax, man. So that's fine.
No, we have generally said that. So we're coming to the end of the podcast.
Aye.
I have got another wee question. It was a funny one that I've seen other podcasts talk about, and it's a one I'll ask you. But it's good we're going to have more, just me and you. We've said that. We want to just catch up. Political things.
I think it's good, because you two are very in-depth people, very in-depth personalities.
Well, we can, like, if anybody wants
you can
us
sit
to
and
keep
have
this...
the laugh and the joke, but you can really have the deep conversations as well. And you are willing to have the open conversations. So I like listening. Well, sorry, I've kind of interrupted this.
No,
I didn't want to shout that stuff out for the back.
We've said to you, get a mic in there.
Get a wee mic in there and put your bit in there.
I want to talk about that.
For
your face rather than fee.
No, big time. And,
so I've got a question. You can answer it as well for your best pal, but you've got to answer it for me.
Right.
So I've seen it in a lot of people spoke about this, like, kind of comedy ones. If a snake bit me
and your dick,
poison, would you suck it out for me if it was just me and you?
No. Fuck's it, I need fun at first. But,
no.
Would you, if your best pal was going to die?
I couldn't get money. I'd get money, wouldn't I? I don't know. Fuck's it. I wouldn't want my pal to die. But
right. No, but that's the whole point of the question.
Maybe try to pop out like a fucking...
No, you've got to suck it out. You can't do that.
I would be really questioning on where you were and why there was a fucking...
No, but it's the whole point of the
running out of jungle and that.
Can you use a plastic straw?
No.
Do you know what? I think I could get over the grief of losing you more than sucking your dick. I think I'd rather I could get out of that a lot more than I would be, because you wouldn't let it fucking go.
No, I'd wake up every day going, can't believe you did that, mate.
Can't believe you sucked my dick.
You're gay for sucking my dick.
This snake wasn't even poisonous.
That's a grass snake, you.
I know.
I don't know how you would react to that.
Aye, but it was one of the ones, they were
Would you
talking
do
about
it?
I wouldn't suck his. I wouldn't get my mouth in his, man. I mean, like, suck it I wouldn't suck his if it was the last bit of fucking air in the world. No chance would I be doing it. Because I know for a fact he'd be the same.
That's one of the questions,
I'd
like you
probably
said,
start
okay.
No, because that'd be one of the ones I know for a fact I wouldn't let it down if he done it to me, and he wouldn't let it down.
See, Johnny's like, a date to save your life. I'm like, Johnny, what are you gagging on it for? That's not how it works.
Phone out and all that.
Get this one.
That's for the new OnlyFans.
Aye.
But it's been a great podcast. As I said, it's a quick one today, but we will be doing more catch-ups.
Also, I'm going to be mentioned to the Erskine Veterans Charity.
Yep, we'll be probably wearing both of the hats. We'll be wearing them quite a lot recently because I'm going to get...
We'll hopefully get some people involved in the charity.
Erskine. We'll be wearing our own merchandise, but wearing the Erskine as well because it's a good thing to celebrate. So thank you very much for joining us. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.